Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to another edition of Diski Fundis. I have not healed. Mara Lufuno is busy telling us that things will be better. Lufuno.
Yeah.
Yanga's out of the Champions League.
100%. All thanks to Lekoko.
No, all thanks to Lekoko.
Wait.
It wasn't thanks to... It was thanks to Siad.
Well done, my man. You got it spot on.
Oh, the prediction?
Yeah.
Oh, no.
Too little, too late.
Too little, too late.
Absolutely.
He is now in agreement that it was too little, too late. Pedigree is something that was missing. There was none. Pedigrees here. Just saying.
Stay here.
Nothing beats experience.
Nothing beats experience.
Nothing beats experience. And that's me saying that is that he has learned. Wow. Lesson were taken.
And this is exactly, you know, Lufuno, I like the fact that we managed to get you to be in this position. This is what we were trying to tell you.
At the expense of Yanga, no, Cox, man. No.
But it was always going to be like that, man. Because, I did say when he arrived that it's going to be more of a Siad improvement than
He's in school, this man.
Yes, so the school fees that has to be paid. He'll be fine. But at whose expense?
You know, Lekoko, that question at saying that at whose expense, that question for me should go to management. Because they're the one that made the decision. Yeah. They're the one that said Siad.
I agree with you.
So to put it on Siad's door, it's really, for me,
No, 100%. And I've always been, it was never a Siad question as him as a human being. It was just the decision of them getting him in there. How did he get there? His CV. I was questioning Siad's CV more than him as a person.
They look at potential, probably, and say, we're looking at this guy, potential-wise, let's get him, let's see where it can take us. And, of course, for him to start his journey at Yanga with two tough Champions League games, which showed that he lost those games, even though he tried to recover, and Lekoko said it's too late for them to get there. And,
but there's a reality that is now facing.
Yeah.
Yanga out of the Champions League.
Yeah.
They've got two trophies that they can now fight for.
Yeah.
The FA Cup and the league.
Yeah.
Currently, head guys in charge are Simba. Fadlu is in charge. Wayne Sandiland is in charge with his goalkeeping department. That team seems to have everything under control. Does it place more pressure on Yanga or Simba that Yanga...
Look, for me, for Yanga to be in the position that they're in now, it's an advantage for them. They'll play less games. They'll be able to manage their team better. They'll work with injuries better. Their focus now is basically the league. They are 1 point behind Simba. They're not far off from Simba. Let's give credit to Siad. He has won Coach of the Month there. He's doing well. He has never lost a game since he has taken over. Yanga is scoring goals in the league. So things are looking good. The players seems to understand his philosophy. He seems to understand the players that he has in his roster.
Cox, Lufuno says you're 1 point behind. Yanga is 1 point behind. To Simba, you've got other distraction, Continental distraction.
Yeah.
You've got pedigree distractions. You've got Confed at your doorstep.
Yes.
You've got the FA Cup and you've got the league. Can they handle that pressure?
Yeah, I mean, with the experience that Fadlu has managed to amass and throughout his career, and I'm talking about not only last season when he went invincible as an assistant, I'm talking about him in South Africa. Remember, there was a time that he was co-coaching with Coach Mandla at Orlando Pirates, and they went all the way to the finals of this very same competition. So he's able to juggle both, and Orlando Pirates were in the top 3 at the end of that season. So he's able to juggle this, and he's able to have gained enough experience to say, I can give this a go. Another thing I think that would be advantageous was the fact that Simba experienced a bit of turbulence when he started. I always say, if you are going to experience problems, rather experience them in the beginning. It makes it easier to fix. You see, he's mentioning that Siad has not lost, and there's going to be a time, and it's coming. There's going to be a time when he's going to be losing in the league, when he's going
to recheck the alignment and everything.
The time period that thing happens will determine everything that's going to happen. So fix issues early so that you know, okay, moving forward, it's plain sailing.
With all that's been said in South Africa is lucky because it's got all its continental players that are still involved in the Stellenbosch is in the Confed, Mamelodi Sundowns, Orlando Pirates in the Champions League. How does that affect the league, Lufuno, from your side? Does it make it stronger? Where are we?
Well, they said PSL is ranked out of the top 5 currently, based on what they put on the table.
Now in the PSL are number 6.
That's what I'm saying. It's out of the top 5.
Tanzania, you are there in the top 5.
Yeah, so we are
I don't
PSL-wise.
Don't mention it as a by the by. yeah.
But and that is based on points calculated.
And participating in Continental.
Absolutely. So that means that for South African football, at this point in time, it's good for football because you got 3 teams that are there currently.
So this means the future rankings, Yanga has affected Tanzania's ranking. So
for next season, when the ranking come out, we're just preparing
Don't be surprised.
See how this cost the whole nation.
But remember, Mpho, these rankings are not calculated by one season.
No, they are.
It's accumulative.
Yes, accumulative. So, hence I'm saying
But Lufuno,
we cannot just...
But it's going to affect.
No, but here's the thing. Yeah. One of the things that led to the high ranking is the fact that, remember last season, Simba was playing in the quarterfinals against Al Ahly.
Yes.
And Yanga was playing...
finals.
Yeah.
You know,
Yanga did things there in Pretoria, so they were in there.
Yeah.
So those carried each point. Now South Africa has got what? 2 teams in the exact same position and a third team in the Confed.
Do you believe that?
Yes.
Those points? Where was Algerian teams in the Champions League and Confed last year?
Confed, they ended up in the quarterfinals.
Yeah, but exactly what I'm saying. Where were they?
Hey, look,
okay.
their criteria.
So let's not look at that too much because for me, it makes no sense.
Cox.
Because you have a Bafana that got a bronze, and players that were playing in the Bafana coming from the PSL.
Yeah, but that would be void of the points because it's teams that they look at, not necessarily the national team that would influence the
Cox,
the rankings.
What's important? There by Sundowns, there's been a cry. We want to run the same race as Pirates. This race is going.
Yeah.
Champions League, Nedbank Cup, the league.
It's still going. And so far, marginally, I would say Orlando Pirates is ahead. Remember, Orlando Pirates has a trophy.
Yeah.
Orlando Pirates still has that game in hand that they have to catch up. Granted, you can say Sundowns is 6 points ahead, but in terms of achievement, in terms of the box that's been ticked, Orlando Pirates has not lost a match in the group stages of the Champions League. So you look at those things and you factor them and you're like, oh, okay, Orlando Pirates holistically is in charge. Sundowns is in charge is ahead in the league, but holistically, when you look at the full picture, Orlando Pirates is there.
So stats are like a bikini, so the league table is like a bikini.
No, it's not necessarily a bikini, but remember, if we're going to be running the same race, let us run the same race in total.
Cox,
let's not...
Sundowns have got points. Pirates have to play. It is very dangerous. Sundowns have points. They are ahead with points. Let's just start there. Yes, you are correct to say
Catch
Pirates,
me if you can.
Yeah, catch me if you can. They've got experience. They know how to do this.
Yeah, no.
So pressure,
100%.
the pressure is Pirates to say they need to keep winning.
Yeah,
and they do that consistently.
Yeah, and remember, Sundowns is a league team. Yeah. But if we're going to be saying, let's run the same race, then are we only looking at the league race as that race? Do we then choose that league to say, okay, this is the league race that we're running, or are we looking at everything else?
I was here to say Sundowns did not have the best
start.
They didn't have the best group, performance.
Yeah.
But they're there.
But they're through.
They are through, okay? Yeah. So they've got enough time up until the knockout start to fix their house.
Yes.
They've got enough personnel, they've got enough experience in the space.
100.
So for me, I still believe that domestically, Sundowns advantage because they got the points. And Pirates have got a huge game coming. And that game can also determine how this thing is going to move. There's a big derby that is coming through.
The Soweto derby?
The big one. Yeah.
So, Kaiser Chiefs, but it's not, okay. Having said all those things, there was a draw that happened, gentlemen, in Morocco. We need to now start qualifying.
Yeah.
And there were groups that were given that, you look at Group A, which is the host. Yeah. It's Morocco, Mali, Zambia, and Comoros. In my books, and it's not the most elegant of books, I think Morocco should be able to handle anything that happens in that group, Lufuno. What do you think?
They're playing at home. They got supporters. They advantage, but also big pressure. So what I've learned about the last edition, the host had to go and sneak through. And then, of course, they won it, but they had to sneak through. They had to wait and hit calculators. Are we through? Are we not through?
Others had gone home, the coach had left, and then had to come back.
So I'm saying to you, if you're going to play Afcon based on the names, you'll be shocked because the African football has improved and it's very difficult to beat. A team like Comoros will shock you. They're not here by mistake. They did not qualify here by mistake.
But I can replace Comoros. It's just me. I can replace them with Cape Verde. It's okay. I've got my own reason. Cox, in Group B, you've got Egypt, South Africa, Angola, and Zimbabwe.
Yeah, I think the one disadvantage, and I'll say a disadvantage, is the fact that you have a lot of SADC teams that are cluttered in there. Because you ideally
want to spread it out.
You want to spread it out so that they can more teams progress to the next round. However, I don't see South Africa struggling. Egypt, those two teams should be there. But I don't want to underestimate Angola. Angola, they showed that what it is that they need to do. Zimbabwe, I'm not giving them much. It's a huge achievement that they're here. They were on the revival stage, bearing in mind what was happening when the government getting involved, FIFA. It was just a mess. There was just a lot of things happening there. The fact that they're here, it's kudos to them, and then kudos to the leadership such as players that have come up Billiard and then being back involved in the national team and trying to revive that national team.
Then we go to Group C, which is very interesting. You've got Nigeria, Tunisia, Uganda, and Tanzania.
Yeah. This is one group that I think is also going to be very tough. Really.
So Nigeria don't stand out as an automatic choice?
No. It's look at their performance recently. In the qualifiers, in the World Cup qualifiers, they're not cruising nicely. Having big top names does not guarantee you wins in Africa now. You have to work very hard for your wins.
But I disagree.
It's going to be very difficult.
I have to disagree there. Yes, I understand it's not going to be easy, but Nigeria is a big tournament team. They understand what it is to do. They need to do in terms of grinding results. They understand what it entails for them to get out of that group. So I don't think.
I hear you, Cox. But we've got to go. We're running out of time. Senegal, Congo. Okay, we have to be very careful which Congo.
Yeah.
DR Congo, Benin, and coach in Botswana. Your ally there, Cox.
Yes, shout out to Coach R. Yeah, he's done well. The fact that now he's moved from, a Jwaneng Galaxy and now he's been fully appointed as the national team coach of Botswana, that's big things.
Because this tournament, I think for me, it's a final goodbye for Sadio Mane. A certain group of players.
Yeah. Don't underestimate Botswana. And I'm saying don't underestimate Botswana not because of their ability, but the manner in which the coach applies his tactics. He understands the occasion. He understands that we're not a big team, we're going to play, so they can go and score one and they'll park the bus and without any shame and grab all the points.
Yeah. Group E, Lufuno. Yeah. We've got Algeria, Burkina Faso, Equatorial Guinea, and Sudan.
It's one of the tough.
I think Algeria, based on where they are,
it's one of the tough groups that we'll have. Algeria, they've got advantage because they're not playing far away from home. They're working there. They have support. But Equatorial Guinea, a very tough team to beat, based on what they've done in the last edition. Burkina Faso, they always pop up.
We're running out of time, Chief. Cox, Cote d'Ivoire, Cameroon, Gabon, and Mozambique.
This one shouldn't be difficult for Cote d'Ivoire.
Defending champions.
Yeah, defending champions.
And where do you put Cameroon?
No, Cameroon also be.
These are the all-time champions.
These ones are arguing now. I've got a couple of things to say. Ghana, please enjoy the tournament from home. Cape Verde, I'm going to write a petition, see if we can get you through today, see what would happen. This weekend in South Africa, Orlando Pirates, ezgamnyama kepul.
Ezimnyama ngenkani.
Isho phela Lufuno.
I'll talk.
This is a CAF thing.
I'll talk.
Ezimnyama ngenkani ezgama kepul umhlaba kamasipala 1937.
All the best.
Msandawana saying all the best because he wants them to do them favors. They look forward to the battle of FNB. Yeah. I hope somebody wins. See you next week.
I saw a cherry and it was